Carlos Letter owned an island, the Bahamas, Letter Island, to Ledger County, Polk County. If you Google Carlos Letter, he was also DEA. He did not go to jail for 33 years. He was DEA in the 90s, Fast and the Furious. Politician now. I'm not trying to go viral. I don't want to talk about this stuff. I want to not talk about this stuff at all. I just want to prove it to my judge and not go to the mental institution because I'm going to get assassinated there. I've already been told I cannot go there. I asked Rusty Franklin, my lawyer, to Google Carlos Letter and click images. And he didn't tell me if he did or not. He just told my mom that I needed to get reevaluated. And then he came to court 30 minutes late, and he told the judge I needed to be reevaluated. And I said, I don't want to be reevaluated. He goes, I think you do. So he didn't even look up Carlos Letter. He just freaking had me reevaluated. And he let her know that he wanted me to be freaking found hospital. Wants me to go to the hospital. So I went in there and talked to her and said, she goes, what happened? You were doing fine. And I said, yeah. I go, well, last time you deemed me incompetent only because I told you my Russian wife looks like Putin's daughters. And I freaking told him, I told Rusty to Google, I left a message with his wife, Google Carlos Letter, click images. And he couldn't even do that for me. He hasn't talked to me. He treats me like I'm a freaking sick child mental patient. And basically, it proves the whole, she goes, well, what's up with Carlos Letter? And I go, if you Google it and research it, but you don't have time to, and you won't, it proves the whole story. And, what I've been saying. So anyways, this talks about Merrill Lynch as the Black Ops, CIA, cocaine, war on drugs firm. There's no war on drugs. The war on drugs is the United States only, the government only smuggles it to the United States. And, drug money goes into the stock market. So his money is used to fight communism. Pablo Escobar's money was used to fight communism then and now. Long-term investing. Pablo Escobar's still alive. That's not Pablo Escobar. I thought it was my uncle, Pablo Escobar. But it's not my uncle. It just looks like my cuckoo nana. How big banks get launder billions? Donations to churches. Vatican, CIA, Democrat, Republican, let's say Methodist Church. DEA spies. CIA was looking for stolen Russian suitcase nukes. That's what got me in trouble, was talking about this. The report says, I remember this, the report says they did not find them. Well, they got delivered. VPS, Vladimir Putin's submarines. Anyways, I said that Matt Williams got them and that I had to find him and turn him off. Because he's dead. Matt Williams got shot and killed. Shot 8 times by the black guy. And they shot his dog twice. And then the black guy got shot 68 times. And so, what number is that? I'm trying to figure out what number is that. That's a 7. I wonder if there's any. No. That was in the rain. And then this was behind my. That was in the rain in front of my hotel. That's like the mark of the beast. So basically, we all got M's on our hands. We got M's, all of us, because we're at the end. That's the mark of the beast sign right there. And then and it's also Majestic 12 spy program, and it's also MS-13. I got put in jail. My sister lied to the police and said that I said I was going to have the MS-13 kidnap the family. She was afraid for her life, afraid to check the mail. Anyways, that's Carlos Letter Island to Campanion Ledger County. Or Letter Island to Ledger County. Money goes in the stock market, donation churches. My dad's office was right there. That's Merrill Lynch. Merrill Lynch is the best firm connected to the government, connected to the... Merrill Lynch is considered the Irish Catholic firm. 33 years old. Anyways, I don't think so. Maybe 3.3 tons of cocaine. Maybe. And he didn't go to jail, though. They're just talking about how bad it is to, be him, get arrested for this, all these years. And then basically this pretty much just says he was in Jacksonville. I was part of an elite United States Marshal Service team which provided threat intelligence information in support of protecting the federal judges. Now here, it says that he got the worst sentence he could possibly get. Sent a strong message to local street dealers and rich international drug dealers alike. And then, and then what else does it say? Okay, this said that he was indicted for shipping 3.3 tons of cocaine into the United States and was extradited from Colombia to Jacksonville, Florida. Letter threatened to kill one federal judge every week until he was released. The United States Marshals provided extra security for the judge and jury and prosecutors because of the letter's threats, and he was held in a special cell. No cell. He was held no cell because basically he's in a spy program. Oh, and he's this guy. Let's not forget. He's that guy, and those guys are friends. Anyways, it's all fake news. So if you look up Cartel Journalist, anyways, he looks just like Carlos. Remember what he looks like, because you're going to see his brother. Or his uncle. That's Vincent, drug lord El Mayo's son. And I conceived a bunch of kids, 1984. The first 3 weeks of military school, and all those kids were born like in May of 85 or something like that. I guess I'm drug lord El Mayo. But there's another drug lord El Mayo. There's the 5 Pablo Escobars. So basically, I don't touch any drug money. It goes all went for the government. I haven't done anything except like meet and greet. I don't even remember what I did because my memories have been erased, and I have split personality to be a spy. They split it. Anyways. I'm not going to get into detail, but I don't need to be, there's a lot of truth to this. I don't need to be I cannot get put in the hospital. I need my judge to know that basically I did not upload the video. I did not upload that video. I make hundreds of videos, and over and over and over and over, I made the video to make the right video, and then my Colombian Mexican friends showed up. More Carlos Letter. I look kind of like both of them. $33 years in prison. If you Google Carlos Letter, Lakeland Ledger newspaper, no articles. If you Google Pablo Escobar, Lakeland Ledger articles, no articles in Lakeland Ledger. That's because every plane went to Lakeland or Polk County. You can stop and read these. All these articles just kind of pretty much prove, these are screenshots of articles, and it pretty much proves that goes back to us. Now my friend Brian, Instead of bitching at me like Jeff Adrian and all my other friends saying that I need rehab because my first psychosis, which I'll play soon, he went and found a picture. Now he says he's Hitler obsessed. Well, his dad's Hitler. Adolf Hitler died in Colombia with thousands of kids, and his dad or granddad's Colombia. So Brian put my face on top of my head on Carlos Letterbody, and he pretty much wrote me, "Hey, I found a picture of you and Pablo. You know, like I'm his partner." And so basically, instead of me finding out who that was and Googling, you know, and thinking, wow, who is that guy? And Googling his name, and I would have solved the case 5 years ago. I would have solved the case 5 years ago and been able to talk to my dying dad. So, yeah, man. So, Brian, I'm kind of stupid, you know, and I didn't do that. So, why didn't you freaking tell me, dude? Why didn't you tell me? Yeah, so I could have been talking to my dying dad and not be in trouble. But you just, you know, you gave me a hint, but you... No, actually, it's just... He didn't know. I don't think Brian knew that was Carlos' letter and that was going to solve the whole case. He just found a picture that looked like me and then freaking... But he solved the case. The first freaking... Brian Moore solved the case the first weekend, 2017, and I've been putting stuff on Facebook for 5 years, and now I'm going to a mental hospital because they don't believe that I'm a spy. And my therapist said, all I told my therapist is that I told my therapist that my Russian wife looks like Putin's daughter. And then I told Rusty to Google, you know, then I was deemed incompetent. That was 2 years ago. Then I took classes and became competent. And basically, I was competent the whole time. I just, you know, I was on meth and I made a bad video, and basically it got uploaded by other people, not me, because I was making a video for 10 hours. Now, how would I make a video for 10 hours? Why would I make a video? Basically, because I get in a tweak and I'm making a video, and they're not good and they suck. And then I make another one, and make another one, and make another one. And then basically, I keep on saying the wrong thing or freaking, I don't know, dude. And that just doesn't stop. I'm on methamphetamine. Tweak writing a book. And then but I'm thinking about stuff. And then I'm remembering stuff, but I'm freaking making a shitty video. And then basically, I'm not writing stuff down, but then when it's all over, then I write everything down that I remembered. And then I really write a book. So basically, that's what I've been doing for the last 5 years. So, I'm prescribed Adderall. It's the same thing. But if you Google Polk County, Florida, meth capital of the world, and if you Google Sinaloa Cartel, Polk County, Florida, and if you Google Sinaloa Cartel, Merrill Lynch, $26 million. They got fined $26 million for laundering drug money. If you Google Pablo Escobar, Small Plains, Polk County, Florida, bunch of articles. But if you Google Pablo Escobar articles in Lakeland Ledger, no articles. If you Google Carlos Letter, Florida, bunch of articles in newspapers. If you Google Carlos Letter, articles in Lakeland Ledger, no articles. So that pretty much tells you that all the planes came to Polk County. So basically, and he looks like me. This is the angel trumpet, Scopulino, Flocka. Anyways, it's being used since 2015 for Alzheimer's. Beautiful. That's my dad and my mom. That's me. And basically, look at my dad right there. That's not him. Look, that's a different dad. That's a different dad. That's a dad that my mom doesn't know. That's the dad that I know, and he doesn't remember. So basically, yeah. Anyways, Barry Seal worked for the CIA and Pablo Escobar. Barry Seal. Well, Barry Seal used to be at my military school. That's not Barry Seal. That's somebody with a mullet. Anyways, I wonder if that's the mullet. Anyway, that dude's mullet. Look at my eyes. That's Lenny. That's not Denny. That's Lenny. He's on cocaine. Cocaine turns me into Lenny. Meth makes me want to be Lenny, but it doesn't quite turn me into Lenny. Cocaine puts me into Lenny. And then Lenny is different than Denny. It's a different personality. Just so happens, two of my friends that's Maloney. have identical twins. Oh, not identical. They're both beautiful, but not quite identical. You guys should read this. She's beautiful too. She's military. Met her on the beach. I was called and told to hurry up and get to the beach. Simon Says. Simon Says. When someone calls up and says Simon Says, I'm like, you're not Simon. And then they go, I'm Simone. And then basically, when Simone says, I just do whatever she freaking says, and I don't remember. So she thinks I'm her dad. That's awesome. I didn't get to raise her though, because I'm a spy. And basically nobody in Polk County believes me, and now I'm going to a mental hospital when Trump's going to prison because Polk County didn't get me to Trump. And Trump's going to prison because Nazar Zaka got arrested in Iran. He forgot he was a Sicario. So Nazar Zaka, there's no way Nazar Zaka has his memories. He was 4 years in prison in Iran. And basically, Scopulina being used for Alzheimer's since 2015. Bo flew in his own plane and told me he has flew in his own plane. You can look him up. But basically, me and Bo have to travel the world, find our kids, because he got his nut taken off. He has his nut taken off. I'm just going to freaking tell you that. I'm not trying to go viral with this shit. I'm trying to freaking prove a point, just like Adolf Hitler. So he shows up at my freaking rehab telling me he doesn't do crystal meth. I'm there for Adderall. I never even did crystal meth that much. And he's telling me he does the Adolf Hitler recipe, the Adolf Hitler recipe, the Adolf Hitler recipe, the Adolf Hitler recipe. And what do you know? Adolf Hitler died in Colombia with freaking 1 million kids, and he has one nut. He had his nut taken out, like a hernia surgery, to make freaking like 50,000 babies a day. So basically, I guess because he was real smart and freaking, he wanted to make babies with all the Jewish girls, descendants of Jesus, because they became descendants of, they made babies because Jesus was an organ donor and his nut got taken. And basically, rumor has it that the fallen angels faked his death. And basically, they don't, and then, so I guess someone has to get crucified. So basically, he rose from the dead because I think we shot and killed Pablo Escobar, but we shot and killed the Jesus Pablo Escobar, and he rose from the dead, but someone has to get crucified. They haven't been, and so I think we're all descendants of Jesus, so we're all going to get crucified together. That's what I think the plan was. I don't know. I just freaking read a book and freaking make no sense, and nobody believes anything I say. And basically, we're just on this earth, and freaking, and there's a lot of people here to be not that old. So, anyways, yeah.